Woman.
Woman.
Abdul Kul Bazon, Chapel Chat, Watana, Mahu, Adus, Aishu, Tinukolu, Anuki Fiona Aishu, Kolu, Wakula, Shikolo, Nato Kuna Fikolu, Anuki Ferragun, Shikolu, Wakalu, Kolum, Ferragun, Shuni, Anuki Wahid Kakalu, Wakalu, Kalu, Wahid Man, Nuk Aikilu, Anji, Kema Ferragun, Shikalu, Ahukama Feidu, Nuk Aikilu, Aqueno, Kudek Nuka Fidu Fikalu, Kema Kama Kafazi, Kalundi, Amidu Fikalu, Anuki Kabahawa. Kalu Kalu Nanuki, Kalu Yaku Keki, Kalu Babu Nukem, Kawun Fin.
All right, scroll. Begin our prayers and thinking by using who? Divine love. And y'all. All right. And here, of course, it says by way of using the name of El Elo, the yield. Because of the day and time, how old this scroll is, that time was going in there. We was and still coming out of, we were still in and coming out of the Nubian Islamic Hebrew aspect of the doctrine. All right. So we go to scroll number 1. 19 times 19 equals 19. Lo, all of you who are indeed Nuwaubians, hear and take heed to another jewel to guide you closer to the bosom of Anu, or who at this point, right? Reawakening for you to know that you are a part of the all. And this is yet another doorway of awareness that you are in, the mental reservoir. You have the key to release the latent power of your hidden potential. I, Dr. Malachi York, was sent to break the spell of sleep, Leviathan, Kingu, to dispel of it forever. And many of you are waking up, yet you still must learn how to utilize the power of the mind through positive thinking, meditation, and visualization. Now, number 5, basically, he automatically tell you what you're supposed to incorporate in your daily routine as a practice. Visualization and meditation and positive thinking. This is not something that you come back to when you read this scroll. This is something that you work on daily until it becomes habitual for you to do it. Understand this. Number 6. If you have a goal set in your mind, visualize obtaining it. In other words, stop planning to make plans on planning to plan again. Make something happen. And stop delaying and perpetrating and pretending like you're serious about something. No excuses whatsoever. However, you put in the mind, whatever you put in the mind as your goal is within your grasp. Yes, you can make it happen. The Elohim, meaning from the Aramic Hebrew, those beings will meet you through your positive meditation. Again, he mentioned meditation. This is supposed to be a perpetual thing, a part of your everyday routine, just like exercising, proper dieting, and proper thinking. They are responsible for the mind that human, with their ego, tend to think is actually their own. Let me repeat that. They are responsible for this mind that human, with their ego, tend to think is actually their own, when in reality, it is attached to the one central source, the all. If anybody got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Under the science of Nuwaubu, your way of life, not Sabatu, not none of that, not Sabine, none of that. Under the science of Nuwaubu, your way of life, you will be able to focus and bring about more positive results and have a more progressive life than you ever imagined. In order to maintain this, you must understand and control your nature, which will give you an understanding of the capabilities that lay dormant within your being. This is above race and tribes or even nationality. Tribal this, tribal that. Have you seen any type of positive thing happening over there in that group, pretending to be something different and changing the way of Nuwapu into something new that they think they can monopolize? You don't see that, do you? It's a whole bunch of words. But as it says, in order to maintain this, you must understand and control your nature. So this is your assignment daily, every day, for you to be alert and aware of your stance and where you stand, and how to control the pendulum of your energy and motion, and how to control the pendulum again of your energy in motion. Not reacting to your emotions, not reacting to thoughts and things off of impulse, but absorbing it, break it down, and try to understand it before you dish it out. Purify it, clean anything, your thoughts or any type of action before you hand it out outside or external, outside of your body or to anybody else or within the environment. Period. For within the nature, there is positive and negative. You must, and I stress, use only the positive, which will also realign you with your higher self. Use only the positive. Now, this is where meditation, this is where sitting down and contemplating daily, just being still, becomes a very, very vital part of your daily routine. Simply because, you have to discern what is agreeable, what is disagreeable. Because a lot of times people do things and don't realize it is disagreeable. People might be thinking they're doing agreeable things, but it has a negative effect. It is a disagreeable thing. So try to basically sort those things out within self. Your actions and reactions to external things and internal thoughts and emotions. All of that inclusive. So you have to take time to be still. And again, I don't care about your excuses. We don't care about that excuse. All right? We just gonna ask you why you tripping and why you moving slow. Because your potential shows that you are a guy that can make anything that you visualize come into reality to manifest. I don't care about your age. We don't care about none of that because we know better. A child of the Elohim, Anunnaki, Neteros, deities, divine beings, right? Place a high value over attitude. Strive continuously to maintain a healthy, positive, and dynamic attitudes towards life. What is a healthy and positive and dynamic attitude? What is a healthy? Let's start right there. And positive.
I don't mean to cut. Like, I listen to that part. Like, how are we supposed to do that? Like in this type of world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want an example because I've been trying to contemplate that every since I ran into this doctrine. You know how I'm supposed to do that. You know?
Good question. Let's start with that. A child of the Neteros, right? Place high value. You make that. You put that at number one, right? On a healthy. Let's start with certain things. For example, let's start with, y'all know where I'm going. What you consume, whether that's healthy for you, right? Whether it be food, sound wave, music, things that you environmental things where you are, you know what I mean, expose yourself to certain circumstances, situation that you know might not be healthy for you first. So first, you have to deal with those things that you add to your body, right? Add to your mind. You start taking those out. You start minimizing those, not really minimizing them, but delete those out of your existence if you're really serious. Because a lot of times, things that you eat can affect your hormones, right? And that hormone can have you believing that you feel a certain way about certain things, but it is your body going through its stress trying to flush out those dangerous preservatives, additives, and negative food, different type of foods and things like that, and drugs, drinking, and all of that. So basically, let's start with health, sahut, right? And you'll learn that in your astrotat when you say, I thank you for my health, right? So that's first and foremost. It starts within your attitude. You have to understand that you are wearing one type of glasses, or you're having one type of perspective, but you also have, let's just say 9 to 19 or even 99 other glasses you can look at things. You can perceive or speculate things where it does not affect you in the same manner as you allow it to, because the way you allow things to affect you in this crazy world becomes your reality. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it starts with the first aspect, you. Proper dieting, proper exercises, you know what I mean? Proper contemplation and meditation to try to teach yourself not to react off of impulse, to try to tame a lot of the animalistic and reptilian nature within you, meaning dealing with your limbic or your fight or flight aspects. These are the things with breathing exercises. So you start adding these things so you can start looking, you can be in this world, but not of this world. The physical aspect of things will not be so devastating or have an effect on you if you begin to start training yourself, right, to not be affected by it, but learn from it like you watch in the movie. Does that give you an idea so far?
Yeah, that you know, that gave me an idea, because I know this. I know it's a lot of stuff that I need to tackle. You know what I'm saying? So I can reach my full potential, and I ain't even gonna lie. You know, I used to do a lot of bullshitting, and now I'm ready to stop doing it. You know what I mean? And, you know, make a real change.
So when you sit down and you start contemplating, remember, when you start deleting things or getting rid of certain things, right, that means that you're beginning the first process, and that process is to shed. You don't need to really add any more things, because all of the knowledge and all of the experience that your ancestors have went through, there is nothing new under the sun, right? So it is all latent within your DNA, within your blood, that you can tap into and use, right? To heighten your sign, your intuition, to heighten.
All right. Question. I know you're reading. I'm going to cut you off.
No, I wasn't reading.
I'm sorry. I was, you know, explaining. So my issue was, you know what I'm saying, is if anybody ever dealt with like trying to stop smoking weed, you know what I mean, and then as they like accomplish that, like, and what has they done, you know, what he's done to do it, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's one of my deals. I know it is.
Trust me, a lot of people. Yeah, that's all right, because there's a lot of people that has that goes through that. Okay, so you exercise, you go to I'm pretty sure you've been in the gym before and everything, right? So you start with calisthenics, right? That's like the little stuff until you get to the light weights, until you can start pushing the heavy weights, right? So understand that a lot of things you can turn your inner vision to outer reality and make things manifest by pure will. By who? Creative force of his divine will, right? being able to let go of weed is like the calisthenic aspect. If you want to start tapping into the higher power to use your mental potential, where you can think things right away and make it and will it to come into existence or make it manifest, the first thing you have to work on is your will, your strength, your muscles. So literally, it is basically telling yourself you got to transmutate to put it down, not to react to it. Don't let it have the power. Inanimate things have the power to break your will. You know what I mean? To make you go against what you want. You might be like, I want to stop, but then your body, as a child, younger than your soul, is actually ignoring everything and causing you to actually pick up the smoke and blaze. You know what I mean? And it'll use a lot of different circumstances and situations as an excuse. Man, I just feel like I need to do it, or I'm gonna be stressed out. Well, you just brought that into you know what I mean? But then there's a silent voice in the Amun, a part of you that's saying, you know, you ain't supposed to be doing that. How you gonna be God? How you gonna God up if you already conforming already to these type of things that are doing damage to you? Well, it's not really doing damage because the doctors say that, you know, scientists are saying that they got health benefit, et cetera, et cetera. All of that is just excuses. To be real with you, each person's situation is different. There are those who are able, and this is where you want to test yourself, just to stop. You know what I mean? That's the true reality is just like jumping in the cold water. It's to go to a place that you don't want to go. It's gonna be uncomfortable for a little bit. However, you know what I mean? You'll get used to the cold water. You'll be able to swim in that. You know, the same thing like a swimming pool. You jump in and let that over, and then you start being able to swim in that, and you get comfortable in it. That's the truth. There is no shortcut in that, other than not forcing yourself to put yourself in circumstances where you're not able to get it, or, you know what I mean, or able to, you know, throw it away, or not reacting to your emotions and pulling it in and smoking or rolling. Don't get no rolling paper, don't get no bombs or whatever else people use, pipes or whatever they do. You know what I mean? And stop that. That's just one thing. Next thing, you have sugar, you have salt, you have oil, you know, like food with chemicals in it and byproducts in it and dye in it, et cetera, go natural. Your brain is gonna be like, but I'm gonna start losing weight. People are gonna start, that's just them fighting. That's just the beastly aspect, which is the mammal, your mammalian, which just means beastly aspect, your mammalian brain, and then also your reptilian or your art complicity, your limbic brain, part of your brain. Those things will always try to talk to you, because if you starve it, it'll die. And when things get backed up in the corner and ready to die, it's gonna fight even harder. That's your internal war right there against the Amun, the real you, that's only renting this body that you in, that's seen other worlds, that's been here before the planet. For this particular experience that you are living in right now. So you have to remember that you gotta be strong. It is the willpower. To be able to put the cigarette down, to be able to put the liquor down, to be able to put the beer, the sugar, the salt, that's the baby steps. Before you can start saying, I want to heal somebody mentally, I want to start healing, that's another type of willpower. So you actually doing push-ups, little baby push-ups with those little aspects. And if you cannot do that, you definitely are not going to advance to the higher realm. You're just going to be high enough to tell yourself, make you believe or feel like, yo, this is deep. You know what I mean? You know how you got deep, you get you get high questions and thoughts that be sounding real deep in your head and stuff like that. All of that illusion becomes your reality. Who? Somebody? Do you follow that? There's no reality. There's no real shortcut.
Yeah.
Not doing it. Talk.
Yeah, I follow it. I follow that.
All right. So yeah.
I need to get this scroll. I need this scroll too. So I need this.
Oh yeah. You have to understand that, you know, we got people that would work with you, like, you know, that would talk with you and that would do it with you. There's people, believe me, there's people, you know what I mean, that is trying to get off there right now too. But the word is try. And that's the problem right there. Remember I said, people be planning not for results. They be planning just to make another plan, to plan again about a plan. And so they don't get a result. They just keep getting more plans and more delays. This is your life and your reality. You know you can stop, right?
Right.
All right, so make that a reality to actually give, to actually pump up or get the strength to that particular God within you so he can come out, turn yourself inside out, right? So that one can be the one that's running the show instead of the body and the brains and the emotions controlling.
Right.
So,
yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, on the real. That's it. Yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah.
all right. So that's what that's going in. A child of the native, the Anunnaki, the Elohim, or whatever you want to call them, right? Place high value. This becomes the most important part on attitude. Strive continuously, knowing that it's going, you got to go to the gym every day, knowing this is going to be an everyday cycle until it becomes nothing to you. Your willpower is like, you can push any type of weight of this world, be nothing to you. Continuously to maintain a healthy, positive, and dynamic attitude towards life. All right, refer to a family God. And with this, you will be given free will. You must be in control. No shortcut, no excuses. All the excuses is just baby talks. It's the whispers. I don't want to. Don't get rid of me. Right? By breaking the malevolent, disagreeable habits that have been acquired through one's lifetime. You have fallen so far off from your divinity, all other knows ye are gods. Everybody else around the world knows that the Nubians, Ethiopian Cushites, melanated people, all the gods of this planet, right? All gods, but you. We say that we're gods. We visualize and we envision and we fantasize about our past. You feel me? But we become susceptible to our beastly nature, the behavioral aspect of us, the reptilian nature of us, the animalistic aspect. You have other ancestors that was beyond the stars, not just evolved from water like your mammalian and your reptilian nature. You tap into them, you make that your God, and this is why you are in the circumstances right now. You know that you can heal yourself with thoughts and mind, and no one have to teach you your higher senses because you are constantly using them at all times. You hear me? This is BS when somebody act like they're going to teach you these things or you can teach. No, the answer to it is for you to start shedding. You add too many type of blockage, too many type of habits. So start shedding again. God so loved the world that you give it your only begotten son or daughter, right? So you gave it your only begotten son and daughter, and that is the creation that you have made by yourself in the mirror to make you so people can respect the outer image that you have portrayed, the mask that you put on. Now you're afraid to sacrifice that, realizing that that's not really you. You don't realize that's not really you. You put on a mask so much that you forget that you are not this mask. You gave yourself names, you gave yourself accolades, you gave yourself props, you made yourself superior, supreme, Allah, Tahutis, and all of this type of elders and all of this. And you put this mask on, and now you're trapped inside of that. Your ego, your pride, etc. Hua. Any questions, comments, concerns before I continue? Adding on, anybody? Oh, all right.
Well, yeah, I was just looking at when it said, and with this you will be given free will. You must be in control. So the reason we don't have the free will because we're not in control of our own, what he said, emotions. And we're not using our will right. So we don't have free will until we learn how to understand how to control, our real selves.
The moment you light up that split, you realize that you gave up. You gave up your divinity. Because in your mind, you're saying, don't do it. Then your body is saying, do it. And you gave up your divinity to the physical aspect of you. All right? Understand this.
I understand. I completely understand.
All right. So here we go. It is time to make that journey within to the real you, the divine you. You're not merely a mortal, you are a God. Discover or rediscover the higher potential within the higher self as a living soul. Study the wisdom found in this scroll, for it will uplift you as well as take the mind to another level of thinking. Read this scroll with an open mind. Like, this is not something you read and try to drop it on somebody else to make yourself feel deep. This is something that is like a guideline in your life that you have to add on to your daily routine. Step by step, work with yourself, give yourself a chance. Scroll number 2, what is potential? 19 times 2 equals 38. What is potential? What does potential mean to you and your life? And what will make you understand what potential you have? The word potential is used in English. It's taken from many other languages. Look at it in Middle English, potential. From Old French, potentiel. From Late Latin, potentialis, powerful. From Latin, potentia, power. Present principle of posse, to be able. Now, look at the word potentate, used in the higher ranking masters of Freemasonry as the grand potentate. What does that mean? The word potentate means one who has the power and position to rule over others, a monarch, or one who dominates or lead a group or an endeavor. Now look at potent. Potent is adjacent to other words, or what they call an adjective, to have an effect on something, as to color it or change its size or appearance in any form or fashion, to improve upon it or to take away from it. First, let's look at potent, meaning possessing inner or physical strength, powerful, exerting, or capable of exerting strong psychological or chemical effect. Potent, liquor, potent toxin, exerting or capable of exerting strong influence. Congent, potent argument, having great control or authority, a male able to perform sexual intercourse. Now, let's look at impotent, lacking physical strength or vigor, weak, lacking in power as to act effectively, helpless. They want to make you impotent. They want to remove your potentiality. They don't want you to know that you are a part of the most, the Om. Right now, you could say a part of the all, right? Spelled Om, the very source of things. Who, really right now. You would say who, because of where we have learned and have evolved past, the home. If you go into some certain scroll, you'll see that he said it's not home. Home is meant to trap you, it is who. Now, they can't let you find out that you are what they call the omnipotent. Let me define that. The word omnipotent means having unlimited or universal power, authority, or force, all powerful. One having unlimited power or authority to be in control. A title given to God or Allah or Yahweh or Adonai or Theos or Hashem or Dios. That's right. When it says that the Creator breathed into you of his own spirit or essence, and you became a living soul, be it Bible or Quranic information, the fact still remains that the presence of deity is in you and is you. You are indeed omnipotent. You are in the all, and all is in you. The all does, you do. The all can, so can you. You merely have to realize your potential, the latent power of divinity in you waiting to spring forth like a falcon soar to the skies, and like the phoenix rising out of its own ashes. You too must be aware of the divine in you and bring it to the surface of your being, and then share it with others. So work on yourself. You know what I mean? The version don't even follow what they're talking about. They're flukes. They're flukes, they're cloaks. They're perpetrating a fraud, right? Because when it comes time to go into action and you don't know how to swim, how you gonna pretend to be a lifeguard? You and the person you pretending that you want to help you drown. And the real lifeguard have to come in and come and save your fluke ass. You understand? And that's what we're dealing with a lot today. A whole bunch of accolades and people with names and all of that, but you can see them right in their face. They standing there, call themselves fine or inspiring and everything, but going back to what you were saying, Asar, sitting in front of the camera with a whole blunt in their hand, being controlled by their desires, being controlled, giving up their divinity. All right. Make good people better, mentally, physically, and spiritually. You have the potential to be anything and anybody that you create within your mind's eye. Note the prefix of potential, which is pote, meaning powerful, more, from Latin potis, powerful, able. Note, in the definition, you have the word Lord, a word in your Hebrew Bible that translates as Yahweh or Yahweh, taken from the Sumerian to mean Yah, good, and Weh, evil. For it means simply to master or rule something or someone. And this could be either positive or negative control. And in your Arabic Quran, you have Rab, also meaning master. You must use it positively. Positive. If you can't control yourself and any type of, if you want to be positive and you just feel compelled and something pull you off your square and pull you in direction of being negative, and you just tell yourself, you made the excuse, nah man, there's too many negativity around me, that motherfucker made me do it, made you do it, then you have became for a moment their slave. Or the situation, a slave of the circumstances. In other words, a weak, no longer a God, conforming, not able to control your environment, or yourself within other environments, strange environments. Losing control of your faculties and you and your strength and your willpower and the godliness within you. You must use it positively, positive. Now, let me further lift the spell of Leviathan Kingo to stop the adverse force of 6 ether and open your channel for you to realign yourself with that divine. Your potential or potentials you can awaken. Sorry. They merely have to be called upon by you. That's what I'm talking about. There is no shortcut. How do I quit? You know, how do I stop being bored? By stopping. How do I stop being me? I know it's bad. By stopping. By using your willpower. Every time you pick up that bowl and you start eating and chomping down and getting greasy pork back lips and everything like that, that's every time it tells you and you tell yourself that you are weak and incapable. You have cowered out. You have failed your test of strength. Period. No excuses. All right? That's just real talk. They merely have to be called up. Anything with your negative vices, such as alcohol, such as weed, such as whatever drugs, whatever physical activity that you know is detrimental. And you say, I want to stop it because I need to get to this point by this time. And you just conform to it every single time. Yeah, you gave up your divinity. There's other ways I can say it, but you know, I'm gonna just say it this way. Because people are emotional, and that's another thing. Necessity is useless, the most encouraging force. 1, your majesty of body, soul, and spirit onto ether. 2, your higher inner qualities and the link and alignment with those higher potentials out of the body merely await for your beckoning call. It's all on you. Same thing how you came to the world by yourself. Now you're gonna leave with your last breath. Right? It's all on you. This is basically what he's saying. Ain't nobody can hold your hands because we can sit there in the room and everything like that. And I can watch you for days and night and you'll wait for me to go to sleep to sneak out to the gas station and ask somebody for Lucy. So at the end of the day, it is gonna be you. Three, your ability to govern circumstances. That's the part between should I do it and should not. I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I still got time. So let me just get a little bit. I'm not gonna do a lot of it. You have lost control. You're supposed to control or govern the circumstances. You're supposed to be the potent, more potent, powerful power in control of that circumstance. Between that particular point, when you pick up that Bic and you start lighting it, when you pop in that bottle, when you decide to add sugar and more sugar, everything else that you do, at that point, you lost control. You're supposed to be the overseer, overstanding the situation, governing, ruling that situation like the God you are, and the goddess you are. Bar none. Forget what everything else you heard. You know that. Boy, any questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah. From what I see, this kind of remind me of, I was listening to an older video, but Pops had like a purple shirt on and had his braids to the side, you know what I'm saying? And he was saying, you know, like this same thing. And now we come back to this point, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? We reading the lessons and, you know, it's saying it again, like all I see is it's like up to you. Like if you wanna be a, you know what I'm saying, a Natharu again, it's up to you to be a Natharu again. Like that. That's how I
Sure, it's definitely up to you. to be a natir. You know, you can say natir now. You know, nataro is them trying to say like, I'm gonna go to Target. Well, I'm gonna go to Target. It's natir, natiru. Oh, it's nataru. You know, that's the Sabine stuff, soybean stuff. You know what I mean?
Natiru, right? Natiru.
Natir. Yes, natir.
N-E-T-E-R.
Yes, to fly, to soar above. And then you got nazir. Nazir come from the word to see. Nazara, to wear glasses, to enzur, to shoot, to see. That's the ones that see and observe. That's nazir, naziru. And that's what a rule is actually meaning governor or one who is over when you add it to it, right? The overseeing. So when you say natir, those who are the ones that are soar above you, or within your ether, within your environment all around you, your higher consciousness, etc. That they can go to you and try to say Nataru so they can sell you another scroll. Yes, exactly. Tawahad, Natiru.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, right. Excuse me. You know, I've been around them for a little bit, so.
I don't mind. I know. You know, it's all good. Number 3, your ability to govern circumstances. Well, we already explained that. Anybody else want to add to that part? What y'all, you know, how do y'all feel about that? Your ability. I know each and every person go through this plenty of time because the mind likes to ramble and come up with things. The mind likes stimulation and throwing you a lot of suggestions. What you gonna do about that? Damn, look at that right there. Oh man, that looked good. She looked good. Good job, man. I don't feel like getting up. You know, it does all of that, all this stuff. What do y'all do?
Bruh, it's so bad that your mind will actually trick you into forgetting that you said, no, you're not been dealing with it. And when you haven't been dealing with whatever your vice is, it'll trick you and you'll be doing something else and be like, oh, and just like your normal routine of picking it up and doing it, next thing you know, you're like, oh. See, that was my mind slipping and I just like, oh, okay, but you catch it though. Like, oh, like when I first cigarettes and I stopped for a long time, bro. Like I was deep in 100 some days and all that, man. The next thing I know, bro, I start having terrible dreams, like waking up, like, oh no, what I was smoking cigarettes last night. It was freaking out. But now I get what it was, because it was like, man, what is, but it was the chemicals. Now I see what you're saying, how your body start to, after you didn't stop everything for a while, your body will start to go through the chemical push out of it. And they come in like, you know, dreams is chemicals, so it'll start coming in the form of dreams and just all types of weird, you know what I'm saying? Cool. So it's all, what you're saying is all wise, right, and exact. Cool.
Well, thanks to the master teacher. Cool. You know what I mean? The master teacher, I mean, Zodat, I'm in Nubi Optime, Tumre. Cool.
Cool. Or you will stop one negative vice and then your mind will be like, okay, you stop that one, let me bring this in front of you, see, and let me show you this is a negative vice too. And it'll be like, okay, let's see, can you stop this one? So the more and more you start cleaning yourself up, the more and more your mind start bringing other challenges in front of you to see, like, okay, let's see, can you stop this one?
Yeah, they call it substituting. You substitute one bad habit for another.
Absolutely. So now you know that everybody is going through that in some shape, form, or fashion, that there is something that you got to clean up your room. You got to iron up your clothes and fold out your mental, you know, your house, your warehouse have to be spotless and on deck before you even start acting like you are some type of special individual that's going out there to try to help people and talk, or else you're just a talker, you're just a big mouth. You know what I mean? You're a fake, a fraud, and a phony. And imagine that. If everybody, you know, some people could accept being fake, frauds, and phony until all eyes on them about that particular situation. But you know they don't want to be that, for real. So be real at all times. That's one thing. Be true and real at all times. Regardless if you're gonna lose things, you don't possess things on this world. You feel like everybody want to attack themselves. That's the biggest thing, the fear of losing something, or someone, or a situation, or a circumstance. And that keep you locked in that same vicious cycle, period. You're afraid to lose something. Lose what? To find the real you? Just be real, 100. Be 100. You know what I mean? That's what you are, that's who you are, and whoever accepts that, that's who's gonna be around you. Forget all that stupid saying that sounds good. Keep your enemies close. For what? For what? Keep your friends close, but your enemy closer? Nigga, please. For what? Keep you in a war path, a war mentality? Negatory story. Who? Let's get back to it. Humans and their potential is there within you as a deity. You must be tuned inside out. Stop adding these cloaks on. Man, if you laugh like that, laugh like that. Don't be like, damn, I'm showing too much gum. Looking in the mirror, I'm showing too much gums. Hold on, let me switch the way I'm gonna laugh and then lick my lips out there. Shut the hell up. Don't have to do that. Stop trying to change your voice. Be yourself, or you just add a lot of weight to you. You're gonna lose yourself to this daggone fake facade. You're gonna think that's you. When somebody attacks something, you put this fake mask on just for your protection, basically, cowardly protection, right? And then when somebody attacks the mask, you act like they're attacking you. They attack your nickname. You made nickname up. That's not your real name. They attack that. You get mad at that. You be act up an impulse for every little thing like a cowardly baby, but then you want to be considered an alpha, a king, a ruler, a god. Cut the crap. Just cut the crap. Cut the crap. Scroll number 3. Do you know someone whose life is a mess? Pretty sure most people is like, in certain circumstances, sometimes I feel like my life is a whole mess. Everybody around me life is a mess in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Who wanders listlessly through the silent corridors of time. Ain't got no priorities. Ain't got no priorities. No list of this that they gonna try to follow. None of that. None of that. There's a bunch of hopes. Hopes is like, I don't care what nobody say. Hope is the same way of saying, belief. Belief. It's from not knowing. It's from fear. I hope. Nah, don't hope. Make it manifest. God. Goddess. All right. Who hastened the the slightest desire to discover the deeper meaning hidden behind each doorway. Who fear the fact and truth, for they would reveal his or her weakness for submitting to myth and mythology without personal investigation. That tells you a lot, right? That's for those lazy people that think that God is gonna pay my bills, right? Oh, yo, family, don't worry. Just know that, the Most High got our back. Nigga, get up and get a job. Everything's gonna be okay. No, fight, get the master teacher out. The ancestors is with us, so don't worry. Don't fall for that shit. Because you were built and you were made, you were wonderfully built with all of the potentials and all the capabilities. You are in a car with a bunch of buttons and it's hot in the car and you just don't want to press the AC because you just over there not trying. You just gonna say God gonna do that. The ancestors got me. The ancestors do this. My third eye is open. I don't need to, all of that crap, miss us with that. That's what it says, who fear the facts and the truth, for they would reveal his or her weaknesses for submitting to myths. That myth in your brains, myth in religion, myth in your relationship, the myth in your facade, your friends, all of that shit that you create because you want to believe. So you ignore the red lines, the red tape. You ignore all of that. The signs, you will outlook it, you overlook it, and those signs that's talking to you all literally your clairvoyancy, your higher senses that's always been working. But the emotions and your ideas and your thoughts and your weaknesses is clouding you. Adding too much flavor to your reality. Do you know someone, or are you that one who accepted religion in whatever cloak it was wearing? We're not just talking about your monotheistic Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. We're not just talking about Buddhism and all of that type of stuff. We're talking about different forms of things that it was cloaked in. It can be sex, it can be drugs, it can be, all types of stuff. Food, it could be all types of stuff. Are you afraid to search again for yourself? Whether it is factology or theology? Can you face the fact, even if what you believe in is wrong? Can you accept that, y'all? You know what I mean? This is stuff, that conversation you'll have to be real with yourself about. This is stuff you gotta ask yourself that. I keep telling my family, yo, start doing this. I had shit, it's been like about 5, 6, 7 months. I keep talking to myself like they not here with me, shit. I can bust open that refrigerator and just tell them I'm fasting. You just became a liar to your own peeps. Your own family. What kind of person are you? We see and accept the fact that facts are our religion. Or say this, that truth is our religion, right? Where there are no truth, there is no true religion. Where there are no facts, there's no true religion. Right? Refer to the family God. Do you know someone who has joined a fraternity, a sorority, a club, a gang, an organization, a foundation, without investigating the facts behind its founder? Okay. Make sure that before you involve yourself or allow your children to be involved in any organization, that you do a thorough investigation on its belief and policy as well as its founders' belief. Goes all the way back. Yeah. Yes, about to Sabines. Everybody else. It goes for everybody. Are you one who hear words and doesn't investigate meanings for yourself? Are you the type of dude that just be like, I got this scroll right here, I got that scroll, I got this scroll, I got this baseball card, I got this scroll and that scroll from the master teacher? Are you studying it? Are you literally studying it? Can you regurgitate it? How many books? I got 10 scrolls. Really? Which one of those scrolls or books have you mastered? Are you living of and for and by those words? Is that a part of you? Become one with that. Is that your life? Are you that fake ass nigga? Which one? It's a lot of Muppets around here. A lot of puppets around here. Walking around day in and day out, all around you. They're real colorful. They hate themselves. They hate themselves their pure, undiluted self. Pure, undiluted meaning holy. Holy means pure, undiluted, untampered, all natural, all natural. But society won't let me, man. Really? So you admit to be a slave without saying? Won't let you. You need permission to do it. Any questions, comments, concerns? I know y'all can add on to it, family. Boy.
Yeah, I got this, you know, it just reminds me, you know, like everyday situations. Like you got the ability to do stuff. Sit back and make excuses. I'm talking about myself. So you sit back and make the excuses. Or you got the real situation. You lie to yourself and others. But I'm just hearing and you know what I'm saying, the Messiah in my head saying you gotta get it together. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep, you know what I'm saying, faking the front, acting like you own something that you ain't, you know what I mean?
Let's go. That's the first step.
Just trying to get tight, you know what I mean? That's all.
I believe in you, you know what I mean? I believe in you. Like, yo, you're here in the house of who now, right? You gonna have people on like that. You gonna have people on you, you know, we're gonna be like, we're gonna keep each other in line. On, you know what I mean? We're gonna keep each other like, yo, you slipping. You know what I mean? Do about 10 more push-ups, so to speak, metaphorically speaking, and physically speaking. Anyway, that's good.
Cool. And you know what? You really touching the real nerve, because a lot, like I talked to two people that used to be here in the House of Who, and you know that was pretty much their reason why, like they could take the, you know, the la, and, oh yeah, brother, ooh, yeah, cheer for you, but when it came to the constructive criticism, like, come on, man, stop bluffing, like you know what I'm saying? They had to get out of here, because like they said, like right now, let's teach you, like that fake energy can't be around real, so they bail. They gotta get away, and that's just like they was having an anxiety attack when I recall the conversation. Like, why are you so like you're a grown man? Like, why are we even having this conversation? You feel me? But yeah, like I really get it.
Absolutely. They like that person in the Matrix. They're mind tricks, right? They like that person, the one that was sitting there going back into the Matrix talking about, I know this ain't no real state.
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
You know, I know this steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
But it's good. They like that. But they won't leave, right? And just accept that, you know, tuck their tail and just go. They gotta, you know, try to pull another brother down, or try to character assassinate, you know, same thing they do with the master teacher, etc. Blessed are those who are persecuted for what they're trying to do. But listen, there is no criticism. I'm not criticizing whatsoever. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not criticizing. Putting up a mirror.
You know what I'm trying. You know what I'm saying. Like, it's not criticism. It's actually, every knock is a boost, is what it's supposed to be. Like we was taught in right knowledge. Like every knock is a boost. You know what I'm saying? That's how we deal with each other. That's how we talk. Why all of a sudden, because it's this brother or it's that brother or it's Pop, you know, and he'd say something to you like that. Why all of a sudden you gotta take it so like it's the end of the world and you can't deal with this? You don't want to hear that. Like, I saw you go through situations way worse than that, and you didn't take any of that like that. You feel me?
Right, that's that fear.
So it was just really something inside of your heart for that individual But when you had a little tongue lashing, or y'all tongue wrestled a little bit, it's the end of the world. You can't deal with it no more. You getting out of it. You know what I'm saying? You already had that in your heart. It was just that little poke that made it come out of you.
Hua. That's pride, that's ego. That's what that is. But let's continue. Right? Welcome to the new family. What time is it? Okay, it's 9:30. All right. Are you one who hears words and don't investigate meanings for yourself, or are easily impressed by charismatic leaders? You know what I mean? You're easily impressed by charismatic leaders with no facts at the base of their lectures or sermons. You see that all over TikTok and YouTubers now doing that. They're getting a whole lot of views and a whole lot of followers and everything, right? People are easily influenced. Of course you are, or do. The world is filled with such persons. And isn't that a tragedy? They suffer miserably for years without even realizing a little seeking in the right direction would fill their cup overflowing. You know, such people would walk past our tabernacle, our house of food, our, school of thoughts, walk past right knowledge, right? Quite frequently. I used to study them carefully, the master teacher says. For they were a picture of complete depression. You know where I'm going with it. All my neck, I can't do this. All my back, all my eyes, oh man, my job, all my kids. You know what they try to do to me, all this, all that, right? That's your story. If that's gonna be your story, that's what you wanna go by. They had themselves convinced they were going to heaven, that they the cream of the crop, that they special. And therefore had no need to perfect their earthly life. They live on all levels of life, feeling that if they have nothing, they are not supposed to have. And if they have everything, they're supposed to have it. Never considering it either getting up or helping others to get up. It is important that you help others, but more importantly, teach them to help themselves. Because when you do, you help yourself. With these type of people, their religion keep them believing that they are the righteous. That is self-righteous until they are confronted with truth seekers of right knowledge who ask questions. Bada bing, bada bang, who ask questions. Now we're gonna stop right here and we're just gonna build this family real quick. You know what I mean? Poor, Tallahat for listening. This is your potential scroll. This is also who? This is your potential scroll. And the master teacher put out long ago, years ago, over 20 years ago. Over that. And I'm pretty sure that those who have the hardcover and got it sitting up in their shelf getting dust on it, so to speak. It's not living up in full diet, ain't adding it to their life.
Abdul Nikol Bazon, Chapel Chat, Watana, Mahu, Adus, Aishu, Tinukol, Anuki Fiona Aishu, Shukolu, Wakola, Shukolo, Nato Kona Shukolo, Anuki Ferragun Shukolu, Wakalukolum, Ferragun Shuni, Anuki Wahid Kakalu, Wakalukalu, Wahid Man, Nuk Aikido, Anji, Kema Ferragun Shukolu, Hukama Feidu, Nuk Aikido, Aqueno, Kubek, Nuka Fidu Fika, Kema Ukamaka Fazi, Kaluli, Amidu Fika, Anuki Kabahawa, Kalu Kaluna, Kalu Yakun, Keki, Kalu Babu, Cat, Kaun Fin,
Kaun Fin, Pharaoh Shadows, right? What do?
I do.
I do. Who am I?
Purchase your tracks today.